Yay! So we're going to share with you the full body hang, which is one of the new sequences that I like to do. And this one is really great for the entire body. So really when I share some of these poses and I'm emphasizing the neck and shoulders or the C7 joint, we could also be talking about the ribs and the chest and the rotator cuffs and all of that. But we're going to just go back and forth through the AYRx program, focusing for the upper body, and just know the full body hang can be used for everything, the entire spine, which is such a great practice. So we're going to reach up and find our hand holds. I like using a wrist wrap because it allows us to hang for a little bit longer. It's still challenging, kind of like rock climbing. So I put the handhold on top of my wrist, and then I grab and pull down so it's tight. So a lot of people reach too high, and then it's loosey-goosey. We're going to hang, so you want to really lock it into a good position on the wrists, and then grab. So even tighter, see what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, make it nice and tight. There you go. And then we're going to walk it out to a sumo. So we start out in our sumo squat. We're going to be wide center on our mats, and then we're just going to let our arms hang. So don't worry about engaging the arms. I just want you to really hang. So arms are relaxed. Imagining stretching, just like monkeys do. We were born to hang. Really stretching the armpits. That's always a good key. Do you feel that stretch through the subscap? And then we're just gently rocking from side to side. And this is our playtime, so there is a little exploration here where maybe we can add a twist, straighten one leg, straighten the other. Just see what feels good. Experiment with the positioning and what your body needs. I also like this gentle rocking forward and back movement, where it's like, oh, well, that deepens the stretch in a really interesting way. So take a few breaths, find your play, explore all the edges, and then we're going to come back together and go over some more of those details. Okay? We're all going to meet back here in our sumo squat, and now we're going to deliberately come into a lunge. So we're going to straighten the right leg, turn the heel out, toes in, and then from here we're going to come up onto the ball of the foot, and we're going to twist, but I'm going to look back under my armpit towards the front of the room here and see how far I can go in my twist. Oh my goodness, that feels so good. Okay, back through sumo, straighten the left leg, heel out, toe in to come into a lunge, and then roll up onto the ball of the foot. But then I want you to keep looking towards me, towards the front of the room as you twist. Just notice where you feel it, what you feel. It'll be different on each body because everybody's different, and we're just going to stay here, and we're going to pulse the hips forward and then to the back of the mat. Press the hips forward, yes, and to the back. And then forward, come to neutral. Let's try that on the other side. Come into the side lunge, roll up onto the ball of the foot, and press the hips forward and back. Keep looking at me. You can look straight ahead, but I really want you to wring out the spine all the way up to the crown of the head. Pressing forward and back. Okay, at this point your hands are probably talking to you, so we're going to come back through neutral, through sumo, and straighten the legs. Give it a little break, right? I know, the hands are like, that was really long. So if you needed to take a break in the middle there, just come on back and just do a little bite size of the segments. We're going to use the leg loops in our hands. We can even slide all the way down, which is a nice way to let our hands recover. And then we're going to come back into our sumo here. We're not using the swing yet. What I want you to do is press your arms down really strong the entire time. So even though we're using our quads and using our legs, we're hyper engaging through the arms. So it's like we're pressing with our arms to lift. Kind of impossible not to use the legs, but I want you to marry the movement between the upper and lower limbs. Okay, press, press, press. Yeah, real strong. So the shoulders are not riding up, right? We always pull the shoulders down the back and we're lifting the chest. Keeping the head in line with the body, gaze slightly up, right? There's nothing down there. Keep looking up. It's a really good new habit to create. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to hold on to the top of the leg loop, which creates like a little nub. Now in this one, I'm going to come all the way down with straight arms into a deep sumo, all the way down and back. Okay, and then I'm going to lift, and come behind the swing, and then lower. So more arms than legs, right? Lift, and then come on up and lower. So this is kind of the extended version. And even when we're down here, we could do that same movement where we're undulating from side to side, rocking the hips, loosening everything up, and then I'm going to press, lift, and come on up, okay? So we're going to get the swing behind us. Let's shake out our hands one more time, one more round for our full body hang, and we're going to incorporate our hand holds once again. I highly recommend the wrist strap. If you try to just hold on with your fingers, your hands will probably give out a little bit faster. So now what we're going to do is create space in the spine. So we bend the knees and we're going to hang. We're going to gently rock from side to side just to begin. You can just feel the room happening in the armpits, in the rib cage, all the way down into the hips, allowing the lumbar spine to lengthen. And then we're going to come to center and we're going to lift the knees and lower. Inhale here, lift the knees and squeeze and lower. Inhale and then exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale. Nice and strong. Notice that your gaze wants to be slightly up and that you're keeping your head right in alignment with your spine and you're just using your core to lift your legs. Lift and lower, lift and lower, and then come to stand. Good. Giving it one more pause, shaking it out. Your hands will get used to it in time, but it's, challenging. These are all our really strong gripping poses. It's always good to kind of interlace your fingers and turn it over and push your arms forward. Okay, one grand finale. I keep saying this is the last one, but this time I mean it. So we're going to come back through our sumo, nice strong wrist wrap, come back through both knees bent, and these ones are our helicopter spins from a standing position. They're really worth it. So we're going to pick up our left foot, bring it over to the right, and step our right foot back behind us. Okay, so it's different than the other lunges we just did. And then we're going to pick up our feet and helicopter spin to the other side. And just see if you can find that fun playtime and momentum of letting your feet trace the shape of the mat to change sides. Woo! A little bit of playtime has to be worked into our Therapeutix. Otherwise, it's just no fun. Picking up the feet, helicopter spin, and last time, just come back to your sumo. All the way up. Now we can do our bicep curls and really get our lift and our strength here, both from either the hand holds. If you want to use more legs, just use the hand holds. If you want to use more arms, I would say use the leg loops and then have more weight here so you can come all the way up and practice getting that lift. So if you feel like for your Therapeutix practice to incorporate more strengthening, then I would say practice using your quads and your arms to get that lift and using the bicep curls, either top of the leg loops or just do a finger wrap for these ones and have a little less arm, but that you can practice mimicking the shape of that movement until your arms get stronger and you're able to lift yourself all the way up. So many things that you can do with the full body hang, incorporating the hand holds, not using the swing at all really, and then using parts of the leg loops in our hands as well.